In the jungles of Vijayanagar, there lived a clever mouse named Mushika. One day, he was roaming in search of food when suddenly it started raining. Mushika began searching for a place to hide. And that's when he found a dry piece of wood falling from above. As is the habit of mice, they collect anything that seems useful to them. And Mushika did the same by collecting the piece of wood. When the rain stopped, he walked ahead.
This rain has put me in trouble today.
What happened? You seem very stressed.
What do I say? All my firewood got soaked in the water. Now if my stove doesn't light up, how will I dry these raw clay pots? The pots need to reach the palace. And if I don't take them on time, the king will be upset.
The problem is serious. But I have a solution for your problem.
You yourself are a mouse. How will you help me?
Look, I have this dry piece of wood, which you can use to light a fire. And then the stove will also burn. And your clay pots will dry as well.
God bless you.
Well, tell me what you will give me in return for this wood.
What can a mouse ask from me? Fine, take whatever you want.
Not like that. Give me your word. What if you deny your promise later?
Okay, I promise.
All right. Give me this pumpkin.
What? The pumpkin? But how will you carry such a big pumpkin?
Leave it to me. Take this wood and keep the pumpkin safe. I'll come later to collect it. And remember, you have given your word. Why are you so sad, my friend?
So what should I do? This storm has scared my buffalo. And now she is not giving milk. If I don't sell milk, how will I cook at home?
Your problem is serious, but I also have a solution for it.
What did you say? You have a solution, but you are just a small mouse.
But I have a big pumpkin. If you want, you can take it and make a delicious meal out of it.
What? Really? But where is the pumpkin?
You can have the pumpkin, but what will I get in return?
Whatever you want.
Not like this. First, give me your word.
I give you my word. Now give me the pumpkin.
It's a deal then. Come with me.
So you're finally here to take your pumpkin? Look, it's kept safely. Brother, have you also promised him something?
Yes, I have made a promise.
Then you are in big trouble. Who knows what this mouse might ask for next? Land, property, gold, or even a house?
Pick up the pumpkin and fulfill your promise by giving me what I want.
What do you want?
I want your buffalo, yes.
Huh? What?
Look, don't forget your words. You have promised me.
Okay, take it.
In this way, Mushika cleverly traded the pumpkin for a buffalo with the milkman. Many days passed like this. And one day, when Mushika was wandering, his eyes fell upon a house where a wedding celebration was taking place.
It's a wedding celebration, yet you all don't seem happy. Is there a problem? Yeah?
Oh yes, we have a big problem. The milk didn't arrive to make the wedding kheer. Now without kheer, my wedding party will be incomplete.
That's all. Take my buffalo and extract as much milk as you need. But in return, you will also have to give me something. Ah.
Yes, yes. Take whatever you want. There are delicious dishes prepared here. Eat as much as you want.
No. Not the food, but something else.
You will get what you want. This is my promise.
I hope you won't break your promise, huh?
Never.
All right. Then give me your bride in return. Bride in return. Bride in return. Bride in return. You have promised me in front of everyone. Now you cannot break it.
How dare you?
Wait! Leave him. I will go with him. You have given your word, and I will teach him such a lesson that he will never behave like this with anyone again. I'll come back soon again.
The bride was very clever. After thinking for a while, she decided to go with the mouse. The mouse left the buffalo there and walked towards his hole with the bride.
If you are a merchant, be like me. With a small piece of wood, I got a pumpkin. With a pumpkin, a buffalo. And with a buffalo, a bride. What a trade I have made. From today, this is your home. I have heard that humans make various delicious dishes. Today, you make laddus for me. Yeah.
Yes, why not? Tell me, where are the ingredients for making laddus? Coconut, ghee, jaggery. Tell me, where are they?
I don't have all these.
So should I make laddus out of mud? Oh, it seems like it's going to rain. How do I protect myself from the rain?
Come inside my hole quickly.
In the hole? But how? I can't even fit my foot in there.
Okay, climb the tree.
Very smart. You'll sit comfortably in your hole and you're telling me to climb a tree so that I get wet? What do I do if I fall sick?
All right, go hide in the nearby temple.
So that thieves come and steal all my jewelry? If you can't ensure my safety, why did you bring me here?
Oh no, what trouble she is. It would have been better to eat the food instead of bringing her here.
Okay, don't get angry. If you don't mind, can I call my friends over here? I'm sure they'll keep me safe.
Yes, do whatever you want.
Are you sure? You won't get angry, will you?
I won't get angry at all.
Not like this. You have to promise me first.
Oh, what trouble have I brought upon myself? Okay, I promise. Oh no, where did they come from?
These are my friends, Ram and Sham. Friends, come on, save me.
Run! Save me! I made a mistake. You go back.
Are you sure? Don't back off from your words later.
No. I promise. You go and take your friends with you.
The bride left the mouse in his hole and returned to her home. Poor mouse, after doing so much business, was left empty-handed. King Vidyadhar had a passion for gardening. His garden was filled with various colors of flowers, and he would sometimes water them himself. One day, a mischievous idea struck him.
Soldier, bring special mangoes from our gardens for the minister.
Okay, my king.
Saranga, taste them and tell me how they are. I have cultivated these mangoes myself. These mangoes must be sweet. Take some, Lalchan. What happened?
The mangoes are very sweet, my king, but I will wash them before eating so that they are not attacked by ants.
Why aren't you eating, Saranga? What happened, minister?
My king, these are raw and sour.
The king was pleased that Saranga did not falsely praise his mangoes, but spoke the truth. The king decided to seek out such honest people in Vijayanagar and reward them. But how?
Wow, Minister. Please announce this in Vijayanagar.
Similar to the king, Mohan's son Raju also had a passion for gardening. He too had a small garden of flowers.
Listen, listen, listen! The king today is going to distribute seeds to the people of Vijayanagar. The one who grows the most beautiful plant from the seeds will be rewarded by the king. Listen, listen, listen!
I will nourish my plant not with water but with pure ghee. I'm sure that I'll grow the most beautiful plant with this. Money is honey. First, take the seeds from the king before dreaming.
The king distributed seeds among the people of his kingdom to find the most honest person among them. However, Raju had nothing to do with this. He was simply delighted to receive the seeds.
Baba, the king has given us seeds. Its flower will become so beautiful, won't it? My garden will become more beautiful.
10 days passed since the king distributed the seeds. But there hasn't been a sign of germination in anyone's pot. Not even a sprout.
Stop! What are you doing? How can a plant grow with ghee? Tell me.
So how will it grow? Money is honey. If the plant doesn't grow, how will I receive the reward?
Listen to me. Will you keep yourself immersed in the paper and pen? Look around and get up. There's no plant growing in the pot.
So should I pull up the plant from the soil with my hands? I have already given it fertilizer and water.
Everyone was worried about their plants. And there, Raju was also making a sincere effort.
Baba, by now, the plant was supposed to come out of the soil, right?
If the king has given it, then it must be a special seed, my son. Keep working hard.
Huh?
2 months had passed. Let's see how the preparations of the people of Vijayanagar were now.
Wow! Such a beautiful plant!
Wait, money is honey? Why are you pouring water on my dreams?
The plant wasn't real. It was made of clay. Uranka had crafted a fake plant in greed to receive a reward from the king.
Wow! This is as beautiful as my stories.
How can a plant grow when you were busy writing your stories? This is from our garden, not from the seeds the king gave. So that the king doesn't feel offended, thinking we disrespected the seeds he provided.
While some feared disrespect, others were enticed by rewards. And a plan to steal the plants was underway.
Wow, that is the most beautiful plant in Vijayanagar. Whoever has the beautiful plant gets the reward. If the plant is ours, then the reward is also ours.
Finally, the day arrived when everyone had to go before the king with their respective plants.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did my plant go?
Mister, you need to take the plant with you. What are you doing here?
Everything is ruined. Neither the pot is here, nor the plant. Honey is honey.
Even Raju was supposed to be among them, but he was at his home.
What will I say to the king if I take this empty pot to him?
Tell him that you worked very hard, but the plant didn't grow.
Wow. Amazing. Beautiful. Wow. It's beautiful. Really beautiful.
Wait, give me my plant! Money is honey. This is my plant, my king.
He is lying, my king. This is our plant.
Minister.
My king, I feel like watering such a beautiful plant. What do you say?
This is not my plant, my king.
This is not our plant, but his, my king.
Where is your plant, son?
The plant didn't grow, my king. I changed the soil and also gave manure, but
Huh? There is a plant, my child.
plant? But where?
You are the flower of the seed of truth that I sowed. You are the most honest person among all the people of my kingdom.
The minister had turned stones into seeds to test the honesty of the people of Vijayanagar. Some had brought plants fearing disrespect, while others had done it for rewards to please the king. Only Raju hadn't lied. So he received the reward for being truthful. Once the weather in Vijayanagar became so bad that in Mohan's garden there were neither mangoes on the mango tree nor bananas on the banana tree.
Where did it go? Father, I want to eat bananas and mangoes.
Apart from selling fruits, Mohan did not have any other means of income. He decided to work as a laborer. Even a car doesn't run without fuel. So how far can hungry and thirsty Mohan go?
Oh, no. Money is honey. What did you do?
I felt dizzy, Master.
Because of your dizzy spells, my sugar got ruined. Get out, money is honey.
But Master, what about my wage?
You also understand my situation. How can I pay your wage after this loss? Get out, money is honey. Please go.
Mohan cursed his fate and slept with an empty stomach. And then he had a dream.
The goddess of luck will fulfill all your desires. Go to the other side of the mountain and pray to her on the black stone. All your wishes will be granted.
As you say.
God bless you.
Mohan shared his dream with Basanti and set out to meet the goddess of luck early in the morning. Destiny had taken away a lot from Mohan. Now if someone took away even his chickpeas, Mohan wasn't going to tolerate it.
How dare you look at my chickpeas? Huh? Huh? Oh, looks like you are very hungry. Eat these chickpeas.
How will our hunger be satisfied with so few chickpeas?
Mohan had seen galloping horses before, but he saw one speaking for the first time. In the midst of the conversation, the horses found that Mohan was going to meet the goddess of luck. So one horse said,
Brother, please ask her to make our field lush green when you meet her.
the horses were now very eager for Mohan to meet the goddess of luck quickly.
I will take your leave. Wow, fruits! Who is laughing?
Don't be scared, brother. Even if I can't give you fruit, at least I can provide shade.
Huh? You can speak?
Yes, but no one listens to me because I don't have fruits. Even the animals and birds don't come to play with me. Did you see how my fellow tree laden with fruits make fun of me?
Don't worry, my dear tree. I will ask for fruits for you from the goddess of luck.
Huh? Really?
Of course. Now, please let me go. I have to go very far.
You have to go far? All right, here you go.
I ask you to let me go, not to throw me!
Mohan was nearing his destination when he felt suddenly thirsty. He looked around.
Oh, traveler, please leave this water for us. There is a severe shortage of water here.
Mohan had already met talking horses and talking trees, so he wasn't really surprised to meet these talking birds.
Don't worry, little birds. I will ask the goddess of luck to make the waterfall here flow again.
Assuring the birds and giving them their share of water, Mohan reached the destination and began to pray to the goddess of luck.
Open your eyes, Mohan.
Goddess,
I am pleased with your devotion and dedication. You can ask me for 3 wishes.
As soon as the goddess of luck mentioned the granting of wishes, Mohan remembered the horses, mango trees, and the birds he had encountered on the way. He requested the goddess to alleviate their sorrows.
As you wish.
Mohan did exactly as the goddess had instructed. He removed the box beneath the bird's nest near the waterfall. And as soon as he did that, the waterfall started flowing again.
Thank you,
Thank you,
friend.
friend.
I'll take your leave.
Then Mohan approached the mango tree, and as soon as he removed the box stuck in the tree's roots, fruits appeared on the tree.
Thank you, my friend.
The goddess of luck had said that if a person with a pure heart removes a square stone placed in the field, then the field will become lush and green again.
Where will we find a person with a pure heart?
Why don't you remove this stone yourself?
Upon the horse's insistence, Mohan fearfully removed the stone. Now, who else but someone who thinks not for himself but for others could be considered a person with a pure heart? It was Mohan.
Thank you, friend.
When Mohan returned home after helping everyone, he was not welcomed.
What? You did not ask the goddess for anything for yourself? Did you come back empty-handed?
In front of my friend's troubles, I forgot about my own worries. But I'm not empty handed. Look, the goddess had said that.
Open the box only in front of your wife. Mohan had helped others, and luck favored him. All his poverty disappeared. So, Princess Beena of Vijayanagar had a great fondness of jewelry. She loved to wear the most beautiful and precious jewels. That's why all the jewelers around would come to her to sell their jewelry.
Look at this, princess. It seems like this necklace is made for you, and you are made for this necklace.
This is truly very beautiful. I liked it very much. You'll be paid whatever price you quote for this.
Beena liked the necklace so much that she always wore it.
My necklace! My lovely necklace! Where did it go? Where did it go?
The necklace? It was here just now. Forgive me, princess.
Apologize later. First find that necklace. Soldiers!
Yes, my princess.
My necklace, my lovely necklace has been stolen. I want my necklace back at any cost.
Don't worry, princess. Whoever dared to steal your necklace in my kingdom, I will not spare them. I will not let them escape. Soldiers, come with me.
Vijay Sethu set out with the soldiers to find the necklace. Meanwhile, in Udanka's shop,
I have come to repay my debt.
What? To repay the debt? Well, then what are you waiting for, Manies, honey? Do it quickly. Do it quickly. Huh? This is just one coin. Where are the other 4 coins? You took 5 coins from me, Manies, honey.
I will repay the rest later.
Not later. I'll give you until tomorrow. Otherwise, your field will be mine. Money is honey.
Ramu returned to his field in distress.
How will I get 4 coins in one day?
Ramu was lost in these thoughts when Vijay Sethu, along with the soldiers, were passing by in anger.
Catch him and put him in jail. He must not escape under any circumstances.
Hearing
Understood?
Vijay Sethu shouting angrily, Ramu felt he was talking about him. This made Ramu anxious because Vijay Sethu's anger was infamous throughout Vijayanagar. And facing his wrath was not something Ramu wanted to do. Therefore, Ramu found it appropriate to flee from there.
It seems he has stolen the necklace. Catch him! Don't let him escape! How will you escape from me?
Forgive me, Commander, but...
Stop with the ifs and buts. First tell me, where is the necklace?
The necklace? But...
He won't reveal it like this. He will only start talking after going to jail. Soldiers, arrest him!
He won't listen to me. I'll tell. I gave that necklace to Udanka.
Soldiers, arrest him and let's go to Udanka.
Udanka, why won't you refrain from doing adulteration? It's not stones mixed in the rice, but the rice is mixed with stones.
What's there to feel bad about it, Manish, honey? It's good, isn't it? Your teeth will become stronger.
Don't make excuses. Otherwise, I will complain to the king.
Oh, no. Don't complain to the king. You take another sack, Manish, honey. I am saved, Manish, honey.
Meanwhile, Minister Saranga was also passing by from there.
Greetings, Minister!
Vijay Sethu reached Udanka.
Udanka, where is what Ramu gave you? Give it to me.
Ramu? Wow! Not only did he give me just one instead of 5, on top of that, he sent you to me.
5? It means you are conspiring to steal 5 necklaces?
Necklace? What necklace? Which necklace? Whose necklace?
You've been caught red-handed, Udanka. Hand over the stolen necklace straight away. Otherwise, not only you, your shop's reputation will also be tarnished.
What? What should I do now? Okay, that necklace. Yes, I sold it to Keshav. He just left here a moment ago.
Soldiers, catch him. He should not escape. How dare he! You think you can outsmart me? Now quickly tell me where the necklace is.
Necklace? Which necklace?
Making excuses won't reduce my anger. Tell me quickly, otherwise the punishment for this could even be the death penalty.
Death penalty? Greetings, Minister! That necklace, I gave it to Minister Saranga.
What? Minister Saranga? Well, even if he's a minister, it doesn't matter. Vijay Sethu's justice remains the same for everyone.
And that's why he didn't spare Minister Saranga either. And without a second thought, he also arrested him and put all the 4 of them in jail.
What? The commander has also arrested Minister Saranga. Soldier, I want to know the whole truth. You go and secretly listen to their conversations in the prison.
Minister Saranga can never do such a thing.
Tell me the truth. Who took my name?
Forgive me, Minister. Vijay Sethu was going to sentence me to death. And to save myself from that, I took your name. I don't have any necklace.
If you don't even have the necklace, then how did Vijay Sethu reach you?
It's because of me, Minister.
Then everyone told their side of the story to the minister one by one. The soldier quietly listened to their conversation and informed everything to the king.
So that's the case. No one knows where the necklace is, yet everyone is in jail. Go and search the garden again. Perhaps it's still there somewhere.
As you wish, my king. Ooh.
I found it! I found the necklace! My king, the princess's necklace was with a monkey.
What? With a monkey? My lovely necklace.
Commander, if your oath to find the necklace is fulfilled, should we release Minister Saranga and the others, whom you have imprisoned on the charge of stealing the necklace? What do you say, Commander?
Forgive me, my king. I'm sorry for not giving them a chance to defend themselves due to my anger.
And then Vijay Sethu released everyone and decided that he would not take any decision under the influence of anger.
Did you see, Uppi uncle? Anger can sometimes lead you to severe loss.
Got it, Noonie. From now on, I'll try to control my anger.
If you like this video, subscribe to our channel Murthy Media.